I'm leaving for a weekend with Jake. My wife sneered, tossing her bag over her shoulder. You can't stop me. Alex Carter, a 34-year-old software engineer in Austin, Texas, had always been the kind of husband who showed love through action. He'd wake up early to brew Mia's favorite coffee, slip handwritten notes into her work bag, or plan weekend hikes along Barton Creek, where they'd laugh over her terrible sense of direction. Their 5-year marriage felt like a steady rhythm, a partnership built on small, reliable moments. But lately, that rhythm had faltered. Mia, a marketing coordinator, started taking work trips to Dallas, first monthly, then weekly. She'd come home distracted, her phone always buzzing, her answers vague. Just a client dinner, she'd say, or networking, you know how it is. Alex, trusting by nature, brushed it off, but a quiet unease grew in his gut. Tonight, that unease crystallized. Mia stood in their living room, her black duffel bag slung over her shoulder, keys jangling in her hand. The bag wasn't her usual travel tote. It was sleek, purposeful, the kind she used when she wanted to impress. Alex leaned against the kitchen counter, watching her avoid his gaze. Another conference? He asked, keeping his tone neutral. Mia's eyes flicked to her phone, then back to the floor. Yeah, Jake's presenting. I'm helping with the pitch. Jake. The name had crept into her stories over the past 6 months. A charming coworker, always crushing it on some project. Alex had never met him, but the way Mia's voice softened when she mentioned him set off alarms. Funny, Alex said, crossing his arms. You didn't mention Dallas last week when you were gone for 3 days. Mia froze just for a second, then forced a laugh. You're keeping tabs now? It's work, Alex. Don't make it weird. But it was weird. The late-night texts, the locked phone screen, the way she'd started closing her laptop when he entered the room. It all added up to something Alex couldn't ignore anymore. He'd spent the last month noticing patterns. Her conferences never had itineraries, her receipts never matched her stories, and her excuses were starting to sound rehearsed. Mia's smirk returned, sharper now. I'm leaving for a weekend with Jake, she said, her voice laced with defiance. You can't stop me. The words hit like a slap, but Alex didn't flinch. He'd been preparing for this moment, even if he hadn't admitted it to himself. 2 weeks ago, he'd activated the GPS tracker on their shared car after noticing Mia's trips didn't align with her claimed destinations. The app's history showed her driving to San Antonio, not Dallas, multiple times. He hadn't confronted her then, hoping he was wrong. But now, with her standing there, daring him to react, he knew he wasn't. I don't need to stop you, Alex said, his voice steady, almost too calm. Your car's GPS has been tracking you for weeks. Mia is mir gewanischt. Her hand tightened around her bag strap, and her eyes widened, searching his face for a bluff. What are you talking about? She stammered. Alex pulled out his phone, opened the app, and turned the screen toward her. The map showed her car's route. Austin to San Antonio, 3 weekends in a row, stopping at a luxury resort called the Riverwalk Grand. No conference centers here, he said, tapping the screen. Just a hotel. Care to explain? Mia's mouth opened, then closed. She stepped back, her keys clinking as they hit the floor. You're spying on me? She snapped, but her voice cracked, betraying her. Alex shook his head. You're lying to me. That's the difference. He didn't raise his voice, didn't need to. The evidence was clear, and Mia's reaction, panic flickering behind her defiance, told him everything. She grabbed her keys, muttered something about needing space, and stormed out. The front door slammed, and Alex heard her car peel out of the driveway. He stood there, heart pounding but mind clear. This wasn't just about a fight or a misunderstanding. Mia was hiding something big, and Jake was at the center of it. Alex sat at his desk, opened his laptop, and logged into their shared credit card account. The charges confirmed his suspicions. $800 for a spa package at the Riverwalk Grand, $200 for a dinner at a high-end steakhouse, $1,500 at a San Antonio jewelry store. None of it was for him. His jaw tightened as he scrolled through the dates. Each charge lined up with Mia's Dallas trips. Then he found something worse. A pending transaction for $15,000, transferred to an account labeled J. Ellis Consulting. Alex's stomach dropped. He didn't know A.J. Ellis, but he had a guess. He cross-checked the GPS data. The last San Antonio trip coincided with the transfer. Mia wasn't just cheating. She was entangled in something deeper, something that could hurt them both. Alex leaned back, his mind racing. He could confront her now, but that felt too easy, too reactive. Instead, he opened a new tab and typed Jake Ellis into LinkedIn. The profile loaded. Jake Ellis, marketing director, based in San Antonio. His photo showed a slick smile, the kind that screamed confidence. A recent post boasted about a game-changing weekend at the Riverwalk Grand, time-stamped yesterday. Alex's fingers hovered over the keyboard. He wasn't the yelling type, never had been. But he wasn't the pushover Mia seemed to think he was, either. He downloaded the GPS logs, saved screenshots of the credit card charges, and emailed them to himself. Then he texted his friend Ryan, a lawyer who owed him a favor. Need advice. Found something bad. Can we talk tomorrow? Ryan's reply came fast. Call me first thing. As the night stretched on, Alex didn't sleep. He sat on the couch, staring at the dark TV screen, replaying Mia's words. You can't stop me. Maybe he couldn't, but he could protect himself. He opened his banking app and froze their joint account, flagging the $15,000 transfer as suspicious. A confirmation email pinged. The bank would investigate within 24 hours. Alex exhaled, feeling a strange mix of relief and dread. Whatever Mia was doing with Jake, it wasn't just an affair. It was a betrayal with a paper trail, and Alex was done playing the fool. Alex woke to the buzz of his phone at 6:47 a.m., the screen glowing with a bank alert. Fraud investigation initiated. Joint account frozen. He sat up on the couch, his neck stiff from a sleepless night. Mia hadn't come home, and her silence felt louder than her words from last night. You can't stop me, she taunted, but the GPS data and credit card charges told a different story. Alex wasn't stopping her. He was catching up to her lies. He brewed coffee, the machines hum grounding him as he planned his next move. His friend Ryan, the lawyer, would meet him at 9 a.m. to discuss the $15,000 transfer to J. Ellis Consulting. Alex suspected Jake Ellis, Mia's charming coworker, was behind it. The LinkedIn post from the Riverwalk Grand in San Antonio, timestamped during Mia's supposed Dallas trip, was too convenient. Alex opened his laptop and dug deeper into Jake's profile. A quick scan revealed connections to several marketing firms, but one stood out, a defunct LLC linked to a fraud complaint on a business review site. The complaint mentioned unauthorized transactions and a charismatic salesman. Jake's name wasn't listed, but the pattern fit. Alex's phone pinged again, a text from Mia. We need to talk. I'm in San Antonio. Call me. He stared at the message, his thumb hovering over the call button. Part of him wanted to hear her excuse, to see if she'd admit to Jake or the money. But he didn't trust her to tell the truth, not after months of dodging and deflecting. Instead, he forwarded the text to Ryan with a note. She's reaching out. What should I do? Ryan replied instantly. Don't call yet. Bring everything to the meeting, GPS logs, bank records, screenshots. We need a strategy. At 9 a.m., Alex met Ryan at a quiet coffee shop near downtown Austin. Ryan, a lanky guy with a knack for cutting through chaos, listened as Alex laid out the evidence. The GPS routes to San Antonio, the $15,000 transfer, the hotel and jewelry charges, Jake's shady LLC connection. Ryan's brow furrowed as he flipped through the screenshots. This isn't just an affair, he said, tapping the bank statement. If Jake accessed your account without permission, that's wire fraud. And if Mia gave him access, even unintentionally, she's complicit. Alex nodded, his jaw tight. She said it was a conference. I believed her for months. Ryan leaned forward. Here's the play. Don't confront her yet. File a police report for the fraud. Let the bank's investigation run, and get a forensic accountant to trace the transfer. If Jake's done this before, there's a trail. You've got leverage. Use it. Alex hesitated. What about Mia? She's still my wife. Ryan's eyes softened. She made choices, Alex. Protect yourself first. If she's involved, she'll have to answer for it. Back home, Alex called the bank's fraud division. The agent confirmed the $15,000 transfer went to an account in Raleigh, not San Antonio, but the recipient's details were locked behind a shell company. We're escalating this to our cybercrime unit, the agent said. Expect a call from an investigator. Alex hung up, his mind racing. Raleigh? That was new. He searched J. Ellis Consulting and found a bare-bones website, registered 2 months ago, with no physical address. A scam, he thought, or at least a front. His phone buzzed. Mia again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this. Call me, please. Alex ignored it and opened their shared cloud drive, hoping to find more clues. Most of Mia's files were work-related, but one folder labeled travel caught his eye. Inside were itineraries for her Dallas conferences, but the dates matched San Antonio trips on the GPS logs. One document listed a dinner reservation for two at the Riverwalk Grand, under Jake's name. Another file, buried deeper, was a receipt for a $2,000 deposit on a coastal Airbnb in Galveston, booked for next weekend. The confirmation listed Mia and Jay Ellis as guests. Alex's stomach twisted. This wasn't a fling. It was planned, deliberate. He screenshot the files and emailed them to Ryan, then drove to the Austin police station. Officer Lopez, a no-nonsense woman with a clipboard, took his statement. "Wire fraud's serious," she said, reviewing the bank records. "If your wife gave this guy access, even by mistake, she's in trouble. But if he acted alone, we can nail him." Alex handed over the GPS logs and Airbnb receipt. "She's in San Antonio now," he said. "With him." Lopez nodded. "We'll coordinate with the bank. If he's moving money across state lines, that's federal." As Alex left the station, his phone lit up with a voicemail from Mia. Her voice was shaky, not the confident tone from last night. "Alex, I messed up. Jake, he's not who I thought. I need to explain. I'm at the hotel. Please call." He didn't. Instead, he texted Ryan. "Police are on it. Mia's freaking out. What now?" Ryan's reply was blunt. "Let her sweat. Meet me tomorrow to draft a separation agreement. You're not waiting for her to come clean." That evening, Alex got a call from an unknown number. "Mr. Carter? This is Detective Nguyen, Austin PD Cybercrime. We traced the $15,000 to a Raleigh account tied to a known alias, Travis Meadows, not Jake Ellis. Same guy, multiple identities. He's got a history of targeting couples, using one spouse to access joint accounts." Alex's grip tightened on the phone. "My wife's with him now." Nguyen's voice was calm but urgent. "Tell her to stay put. We're sending San Antonio PD to the hotel. If she cooperates, it'll help her case." Alex hung up, his pulse racing. Jake, or Travis, wasn't just a cheater, he was a predator. Mia had fallen for his charm, but she'd also handed him their savings. Alex texted her, "Stay at the hotel. Police are coming. Tell them everything." Her reply came seconds later. "What? I didn't know, I swear." He didn't respond. The trap was closing, and Mia was caught in it, whether she meant to be or not. Alex's phone buzzed relentlessly as he drove back to his Austin apartment, the city lights blurring past. Mia's texts flooded in, each more frantic than the last. "Police are here. What did you do? I didn't know about the money. Call me, please." He ignored them, his focus razor-sharp. Detective Nguyen's words echoed in his mind. Jake Ellis, alias Travis Meadows, was a con artist with a history of exploiting couples. Mia wasn't just cheating, she'd been played, and their $15,000 was gone. Alex wasn't sure which stung more, her betrayal or the fact she'd let a predator into their lives. At home, he met Ryan, his lawyer friend, to finalize the separation agreement. Ryan spread the documents on the kitchen table, his voice steady. "This protects your assets, Alex. Clean split, no alimony, joint accounts severed. If Mia's tied to the fraud, this keeps you clear." Alex nodded, signing the papers without hesitation. "She's at the Riverwalk Grand with him now," he said. "Police are there." Ryan raised an eyebrow. "If she's smart, she'll cooperate. If not, she's digging her own hole." A call from Detective Nguyen interrupted them. "San Antonio PD detained Meadows at the hotel," Nguyen said. "Your wife's giving a statement. She claims she gave him her laptop to fix a glitch and didn't know he accessed your accounts. We're verifying her story, but Meadows has a record. 3 prior fraud cases, same MO. Alex's jaw tightened. "What's next?" Nguyen's tone was grim. "We've frozen the Raleigh account, but the money's likely moved. Meadows isn't talking yet. Your wife's not under arrest, but she's a person of interest. Can you come to San Antonio tomorrow? We need your statement." Alex agreed, then hung up. Ryan clapped his shoulder. "You're doing the right thing. Stay focused." But focus was hard when Mia's voicemails kept piling up, her voice cracking with panic. "Alex, I swear I didn't know what he was doing. He said he loved me. Please talk to me." Alex deleted the messages. Love didn't drain bank accounts or book secret albums in Galveston. He checked the banking app again. No new transactions, but the $15,000 loss glared back at him. He emailed the fraud division more evidence, the Airbnb receipt, and Jake's LinkedIn posts, tying him to San Antonio. The next morning, Alex drove to San Antonio, the 2-hour trip heavy with tension. At the police station, Detective Nguyen met him with a handshake. Meadows is in custody, she said, leading him to a small room. He's claiming Mia authorized the transfer, but her story checks out so far. She gave him access to her laptop during a work session. We found login credentials saved on her device. Alex's stomach churned. She didn't question him. Nguyen shook her head. Sounds like he groomed her, charmed her, built trust, then used her to get to your money. Mia was in another room, separated by a glass partition. Alex caught glimpses of her through the blinds, sitting with her head in her hands. He didn't ask to see her. Instead, he gave a statement detailing the GPS logs, the unauthorized charges, and Mia's Dallas lies. Nguyen took notes, then slid a photo across the table. Jake, or Travis, smirking in a mugshot. This guy's slick, she said. Targets stable couples, gets close to one spouse, then bleeds their accounts. You're lucky you caught it early. Back in Austin, Alex's phone lit up with a call from Mia. He let it go to voicemail, but her words spilled out when he checked it later. They let me go, but I'm not okay. Jake lied to me, Alex. He said we were building something real. I was stupid. Can we talk? Alex didn't call back. Instead, he texted Detective Nguyen. Anything from the Raleigh account? Her reply came fast. Traced it to a crypto wallet. We're working on it, but recovery's unlikely. Meadows is facing charges, wire fraud, identity theft. Your wife's cooperating, which helps her. That evening, Alex got an unexpected email from Mia's friend, Lauren, who'd been on one of the girls' trips to San Antonio. I didn't know how to tell you, it read. Mia and Jake were together at the hotel last month. I thought it was just a fling. I'm sorry. Attached was a photo from a rooftop bar, showing Mia laughing with Jake, his hand on her waist. The timestamp matched the $2,000 Airbnb deposit. Alex forwarded it to Nguyen, adding another nail to Jake's case. Ryan called to check in. Mia's lawyer reached out, he said. She wants to sign the separation agreement. No contest. Says she's moving to her sister's in Houston. Alex exhaled, relief mixing with bitterness. Good. I'm done waiting for her to explain. But the relief was short-lived. A bank alert pinged. Another login attempt on their secondary savings account, this time from an IP in Dallas. Alex called Nguyen immediately. Meadows might have an accomplice, she said. Or he set up automated transfers before we caught him. We're locking it down. Alex sat back, the weight of the past month pressing on him. Mia's betrayal wasn't just personal. It was a door she'd left open for a criminal to walk through. He opened his laptop and checked their cloud drive again, finding a new file, a draft-jonkeyed email from Mia to Jake. The subject line read budget notes. Inside was a spreadsheet detailing their joint account logins and passwords, dated 3 weeks ago. Alex's blood ran cold. Mia hadn't just been careless. She documented their financial access and shared it with Jake. He forwarded the file to Nguyen, his hands shaking with the realization of how deep her deception ran. Alex stared at the spreadsheet on his laptop, the cursor blinking over the damning evidence. Mia's email draft to Jake, listing their joint account logins and passwords. Dated 3 weeks ago, it wasn't a mistake. It was deliberate. His chest tightened, not with anger but with a cold clarity. Mia hadn't just fallen for Jake's charm. She'd handed him the keys to their life. He forwarded the file to Detective Nguyen, adding a brief note. Found this in our cloud drive. She sent him everything. Then he shut the laptop and leaned back, the silence of his Austin apartment heavy but oddly freeing. Detective Nguyen called within the hour. This changes things, she said, her voice clipped. Mia's statement claimed she didn't know Jake accessed your accounts, but this spreadsheet suggests otherwise. We're bringing her in for questioning again. Alex's throat tightened. Is she looking at charges? Nguyen paused. If she knowingly shared access for fraudulent purposes, yes. Wire fraud, maybe conspiracy. We'll know more after her interview. Can meet me tomorrow? We need to go over your financial records in detail. Alex agreed, then checked his phone. No new text from Mia, just a lingering voicemail from last night. I was stupid, Alex. I thought he cared about me. I'm so sorry. He deleted it without listening to the rest. Her apologies were hollow now, drowned out by the $15,000 hole in their savings and the spreadsheet that proved her complicity. He texted Ryan, his lawyer. Mia might face charges. Found proof she shared account details. Ryan's reply was immediate. Stay out of it. Let the police handle her. We'll file the separation papers tomorrow. The next day, Alex drove to the San Antonio police station, where Nguyen was waiting with a stack of printouts. Meadows, Jake, gave us a partial confession, she said, sliding a report across the table. He admits to using Mia's laptop to access your accounts, but claims she gave him permission. Says it was her idea to invest in his consulting firm. Alex's jaw clenched. That's a lie. She never mentioned any investment. Nguyen, not that. We're digging into his financials. He's got accounts in Raleigh, Dallas, and Miami, all under different names. Your $15,000 is likely gone, but we're tracking his transfers. She showed him a photo from the hotel security footage. Jake and Mia at the Riverwalk Rands bar, her hand on his arm, both smiling. The timestamp matched the $2,000 Airbnb deposit for their Galveston getaway. Mia's claiming she didn't know about the fraud, Nguyen said, but the spreadsheet and this footage don't help her case. She's at the station now, giving a revised statement. Alex glanced at the photo, then away. What happens if she's guilty? Nguyen's eyes softened. If she's complicit, she could face jail time or restitution. If she's just naive, maybe probation. Either way, she's cooperating now. Back in Austin, Alex met Ryan at a diner to sign the separation agreement. The document was straightforward. No alimony, assets split evenly, joint accounts closed. Ryan tapped the papers. This insulates you from her legal mess. If she's charged, you're not liable. Alex signed, his hand steady. She made her choice, he said. I'm done protecting her. Ryan nodded. Smart. I heard from her lawyer. She's moving to Houston, wants to settle quietly. Sign this, and you're free. That evening, Alex got a call from Lauren, Mia's friend who'd sent the rooftop bar photo. I feel awful, she said, her voice shaky. Mia told me it was just a fling, but I saw a text on her phone from Jake about moving money. I should have told you sooner. Alex's grip tightened on the phone. Why didn't you? Lauren sighed. She swore it was nothing serious. I didn't know about the accounts until now. She promised to send Nguyen the texts, adding more weight to the case against Jake, and possibly Mia. The next morning, Nguyen emailed an update. Meadows is charged with wire fraud and identity theft. We recovered $7,000 from a Dallas account, but the rest is in crypto, likely untraceable. Mia's interview confirmed she shared the spreadsheet, thinking it was for a business deal. She's not off the hook, but she's helping us build the case against Meadows. Alex read the email twice, processing the numbers. Half their savings might be back, but Mia's role stung worse than the loss. She hadn't just cheated. She'd gambled their future on a con man. Alex drove to a local park, needing air. He sat on a bench, watching joggers and dog walkers, and opened his banking app. The joint account was officially closed, his personal account secure, with new passwords. He felt lighter, like he'd shed a weight he hadn't noticed carrying. His phone buzzed, a text from Mia. I signed the agreement. I'm in Houston. I'll testify against Jake. I am sorry, Alex. I know it doesn't fix anything. He didn't reply. Instead, he called Nguyen. What do you need from me to wrap this up? Nguyen was direct. Keep sending any evidence you find. If Mia is truthful, she might avoid charges. Meadows is the priority. Later, Alex found an old email from Mia in their shared inbox, sent 2 months ago to Jake. Check the account details. Let's make this quick. Attached was a screenshot of their savings balance. It was the final piece, proof she'd been in deeper than she admitted. He forwarded it to Nguyen, then deleted the email thread. The betrayal was clear now, and so was his path forward. He wasn't just a victim. He was taking control, one step at a time. Alex sat in his new Austin apartment, the lease freshly signed, his laptop open to a case update from Detective Nguyen. 3 months had passed since Mia's betrayal and Jake Ellis's, or Travis Meadows's, arrest. The email was concise. Meadows pleaded guilty to wire fraud and identity theft. Sentenced to 5 years. Ordered to pay $7,000 in restitution to you. Mia's testimony helped. She's on probation. No jail time. Alex closed the laptop, exhaling. Half their stolen $15,000 was back, but the real victory was freedom. Freedom from Mia's lies and Jake's schemes. The divorce papers had arrived that morning, finalized without contest. Mia had signed the separation agreement in Houston, where she'd moved to her sister's. She'd texted once since, a brief, I'm sorry. I hope you're okay, but Alex hadn't responded. Her words felt like echoes of a life he no longer recognized. He'd spent the last months rebuilding, not just his finances but himself. He'd changed his passwords, opened a new bank account, and even started a side project, a coding app for local charities. The work kept him grounded, a reminder he could create something good from the wreckage. Detective Nguyen called later that day. "We closed the case," she said. "Meadows had accomplices in Raleigh, but your evidence, GPS logs, the spreadsheet, those emails, nailed him. Mia's cooperation reduced her liability, but she's paying restitution too." Alex nodded, though Nguyen couldn't see it. "Thanks for everything," he said. "What about the other $8,000? Nguyen sighed. "Crypto's a black hole. We're lucky we got half back." Alex hung up, unsurprised. The money was gone, but so was the weight of Mia's deception. He drove to a local coffee shop, a habit he'd picked up since moving out. There, he'd met Sarah, a graphic designer with a sharp wit, during a clumsy collision over spilled coffee. They'd been talking for weeks, not dating, but sharing stories over lattes about work, music, and Austin's quirks. Today, she was waiting at their usual table, sketching on a tablet. "You look lighter," she said as he sat down. Alex smirked. "Just got some good news. Case closed." Sarah raised an eyebrow, but didn't pry. "Good. You owe me a coffee for that sketch I did for your app." He laughed, to sound genuine for the first time in months. Later, Alex checked his mailbox and found an unexpected letter, no return address. Inside was a single page in Mia's handwriting. "I don't expect forgiveness. I testified against Jake because it was right. I left something for you at St. David's Church in the donation box. It's yours." Curious, Alex drove to the church, a small stone building near downtown. In the donation box, wrapped in tissue, was a USB drive, his old recordings from their early years, including a voice memo of them laughing during a road trip. He thought it was lost in the safe deposit box Mia had accessed. He slipped it into his pocket, not nostalgic, but relieved to reclaim a piece of himself. Back home, Alex played the USB's files, the laughter jarring but not painful. He saved them to a new drive, then tossed the original. The past wasn't his anchor anymore. He texted Sarah, "Found an old recording. Made me realize I like the present better." Her reply was quick. "Good. Present's got better coffee." He smiled, then called his sister, Emma, who'd been checking in since the divorce. "You sound like you again," she said. Alex agreed. He wasn't whole yet, but he was getting there. The next week, Nguyen sent a final update. Mia had started a repayment plan for her share of the restitution, working a new job in Houston. Jake's accomplices were under investigation, but Alex's role was done. He felt no urge to gloat or dwell. Instead, he took his new dog, Luna, a scrappy shepherd mix, to Zilker Park. As Luna chased a tennis ball, Alex watched the sunset, the sky streaked with orange. He thought of Mia, not with anger, but with distance. She'd chosen Jake, then faced the consequences. He'd chosen himself, and that was enough. At the coffee shop the next day, Sarah showed him a mock-up for his app's logo. "It's bold, like you," she said, grinning. Alex raised an eyebrow. "Bold? I'm just a guy who codes." She laughed and tracked down comment. "That's bold." Their banter felt easy, a spark of something new. Alex didn't know where it would lead, but he was open to finding out. He'd survived Mia's betrayal, Jake's theft, and his own doubts. The scars remained, but they didn't define him. He was moving forward, one step, one coffee, one sunset at a time.